Hello guys, this is Shraddha Pilodia. Good morning. Now I would like to explain basic statistics. We will cover what is statistics, categories of statistics, descriptive statistics, inferential statistics, measure of central tendency, measure of variability, t-test correlations, and Pearson coefficient correlations. I would like to start what is statistics. Basically, branch of mathematics, which deals with the collections, organizations, analysis, interpretations, and presentation of data. It is branch of mathematics in which we deals with the how you will organize the data. इतना huge amount में data है, so how will you manage? How will you analyze the huge amount of data? How will you present your data? How will you collect your data? This all the things are under the statistics. Basically, statistics are categorized into the two types: descriptive statistics, inferential statistics. We will learn about it later. And this are under the descriptive statistics, measure of central tendency, measure of variance. And in measure of variance, mean, mode, and medians we will study. And in inferential statistics, hypothesis testing. In hypothesis testings are also two types: null hypothesis and alternate hypothesis. Okay. Descriptive statistics. What is descriptive statistics? Descriptive statistics describes the data set, which can be either the representation of the entire populations or the sample of populations, and it will be represented in the form of chart or graph. Okay. What is descriptive statistics? I would like to explain it by the help of example. Like in COVID, vaccination test was happening. Like in US, what happened? A vaccine was released, and they want to test the vaccine. They tried the vaccine on 40,000 people. Entire US population was 300 millions, and they conducted this experiment on uh, the 40,000 people, and the outcome was 95% efficiency of the vaccines was found. So that 40,000 group of people, like this is the sample, in the entire population was 300 million, and they tried to test on 40,000 people. Like the entire population was the overall group, overall data set, and the group of people which was cited by the populations, which was निकला तो वो population में से ही है, and that was the sample. And that test was successful. Like it was successfully 95% efficiency was found on the 40,000 people. That was inferential statistics. And that if अगर 40,000 people पे वो apply हो रहा है, तो we predict that कि overall population पे भी वो apply होगा. So that was the inferential statistics. And what about descriptive statistics? Uh, like we can take the example of our marks. In the class, 30 students were present, and a student has got the 72%. So how will he get the 72%? And that percent was found, but वो percent 100% में से निकला होगा, and 30 students का average लेकर निकला होगा. Like it was found at the entire populations, overall data set में से वो percent निकला होगा. So that was the descriptive statistics. Descriptive statistics apply on the entire data set, and the inferential statistics applied on the group of data set. And descriptive statistics are in the form of bar graph, or in this form of chart. And the most recognized type of the descriptive statistics are the mean, median, mode, which are used at almost all level of maths and statistics. These are two categories which comes under this: measure of central tendency and measure of variability comes under this descriptive statistics. In measure of central tendency, mean, modian, and medians come, and measure of variability, range, mode, and standard deviations. We will look this one by one. I have explained the inferential statistics which was applied on the uh, group group or in the small amount of the data set, or we predict like it was successfully applied on a group of people, so it will apply on the entire group. What's the difference between the descriptive statistics and the inferential statistics? Descriptive statistics works on the smaller dataset. Its process was simpler to do. Result obtained on the entire represents the entire dataset, and the error involved is usually less in descriptive statistics. In inferential statistics works with the larger dataset. Process is complex. We have to decide the best sampling techniques. Error is usually more, and the result was often represents a pattern of populations, so can be used to reduce the informations with some amount of uncertainty. Now I would like to explain the measure of central tendency, which comes under the descriptive statistics. It is a single value that describes the set of data by identifying the central position within the set of data. Central tendency are classified as the summary statistics like the mean. We can also call mean as the average. Is the measure of central tendency. Okay. What is mean? Mean is basically average. How you calculate the average? Mean or average is the most popular and the well-known measure of central tendency. It can be used in both the discrete and the continuous data, and also its uses most often with the continuous data. How will you calculate the mean? Overall data set, sum of overall data set and divided by the number of data set. You will get the mean, or also called as average. Median. Median is the central value of the sample set is called median. Uh, the median matlab the center value of the entire data set. Your value was arranged in the increasing order, that was the condition, and the central value of that data set is the median. Here we, if the values are in the form of even number, we will get the two mean values and calculate the average of it. So we will get the median mode. The value most recurrent in the sample data is known as mode. Mode is basically the value which is repeated in the most of the times. In the entire data set, 25 is repeated more comparing to all data set. So here the mode is 25. Range. It is the given measure of how spread apart are the value in the data set. How you will calculate the range? Maximum data set say minimum, you will subtract the maximum data set to minimum data set. If you have 10 values, you just need to subtract the minimum from maximum. Okay, then you will calculate the range. You will subtract maximum value to minimum value. Then you will calculate range. What is variance? Variance describes about how much random variable differs from expected value. It entails computing square of deviations. You have to find out the random variable differs from its expected value. You have to calculate variance. Interquartile range. IOR is the abbreviation. It is the measure of variability based on dividing a dataset into quartiles. Now I will show how to calculate. Like we have given 10 values. We will get the average of between two values. Like we get the average of 2, 3, and then 4, 5, then 6, 7. We have to skip the first and the last value and then take the average of the two values. Then um, we convert it into the form of quartiles. And this value will define the quartile. First quartile would be after the second quartile and then after the third quartile. This type you will calculate the entire quartile range. Now we will study the t-test. T-test assesses if two groups means differ significantly. Can compare two samples or the one sample of a given value, and never compare more than two groups or the more complicated scenarios. And they use variance instead of mean. क्या होता है टी टेस्ट में? टी टेस्ट वी अप्लाई टी टेस्ट ऑन द टू ग्रुप्स to calculate the mean in which we use the mean, but in ANOVA we in ANOVA also we calculate in the two groups, but we use variance in it. And mm, and the ANOVA is complicated in comparing to the t test. This is the correlations formula. By the help of this formula we can calculate the correlations. We applied the value in it. This x bar and the y bar is the mean. We have given the data set. First of all, we have to calculate the mean, and the how many data sets are given. So we have to return it in place of n, and the xi and the yi is the data set. And by the help of this formula, and this is a symbol of summation, and by the help of this formula, we can calculate the correlations and describe the correlations in the Pearson correlations coefficient. Okay, this is the formula by which we can calculate the Pearson correlations coefficients, which is denoted by the symbol small r, and its range is from -1 to 1. -1 represents the maximum negative correlations, 0 represents the no constant relations, and the 1 represents the maximum positive correlations. Mm, Here is also the summation. We have to sum all the values, and x bar and y bar denotes the mean, and xi is the data set. We will put the value in this formula, then we will get the Pearson correlation coefficients. And limitations of the Pearson correlation coefficient is sensitive to extreme values. Like we have given the any extreme value, it would be sensitive. Like R is an estimate from the sample, but it does not represent the population parameter. Relations, not a predictions. It represents the relationship, not predictions. Okay. In this video, we have learned about the statistics. What are the categories of the statistics? What is descriptive statistics and inferential statistics, and the t-test value and the formulas of the correlations and the Pearson coefficients. I hope you like this video. Thank you.